Hello everyone, my name is Joseph Bonanza and welcome to my speech, Help Others Even When You Are Gone. If you're a selfless person and want to help others as much as possible, organ donating might be something for you to consider. My brother suffered from renal failure or kidney failure at the age of 19. If the man who gave his kidney to my brother wasn't an organ donor, my brother Jeremy would have had to live on dialysis for much longer than expected. Today I hope to persuade you to become an organ donor. You could not only save lives, but save the quality of life for many people. Organ donating has been around for decades. According to ScienceDirect.com, solid organ transplantation is one of the most remarkable and dramatic therapeutic advances in medicine during the past 60 years. Now that you know a little bit about the history of transplantations, let's talk about numbers. So the number of people on the waiting list versus the number of people who receive an organ is pretty drastic for the two organs of the liver and the kidney. So according to this graph, this is the bar for kidneys. The blue bar is how many people are on the waiting list, about 90,000 people. And the black bar is the amount who actually receive a kidney, which is a little over 20,000. So that number is drastic. The liver, it's not as drastic. The blue bar versus the black bar. And then with the heart and lungs, even better, more transplantations have been performed than the people that are on the waiting list. Specifically, for the kidney, 90,483 people are on the waiting list versus the 24,670 people who receive a kidney. For the liver, about 11,891 people wait versus 9,236 people who actually receive the liver. Now with the numbers of the kidney and the liver, those are pretty drastic, but for the heart and the lungs, the numbers have made great progress. For specifics, about 3,502 people are on the waiting list for a heart, but an astounding 3,817 people have received a heart. And even better, 1,051 people wait for a lung versus the 2,524 people who have received a lung. As statistics show, the number of people on the waiting list for heart and liver transplants are less than those who receive those organs. If the nation could get more willing donors, imagine the difference in numbers we could achieve for the kidney and liver transplants as well. So now, if more people would be willing donors, we as a country can improve and save the lives of up to thousands of people. Overall, 1/3 of the U.S. population are organ donors. Of the 330 million citizens, 169 million are registered organ donors. However, out of every 1,000 donors, only 3 people die in a way that allow their organs to be used for transplants. As a single donor, one person can save up to 8 lives and improve the life of up to 75 people. Just imagine the lives you could positively affect by becoming an organ donor. There are many people who live their lives hopelessly while waiting for a new organ. As a selfless person, my answer to the question I'm about to ask would be pretty obvious. Would you want to change the life of someone who is hoping for a new kidney or a new liver? Someone who may feel like there's no point in going on in their life if it will be dampened until the day they die. In order for my brothers to get through the whole transplant process without depression, he had to almost block out the fact that one of his vital organs wasn't working anymore. at the age of 19, he had to accept that his life would never be the same. With very little hope, he stayed strong through the whole process until we got the phone call that changed everything. So, I'm going to show some pictures here of my brother. This was him. The X marks the spot that his dialysis tube would be implanted. And then this is the dialysis tube being used. That's what the site actually looked like. So today I went over the significance of becoming an organ donor. I went over statistics of how people are on the waiting list and versus how many transplants are actually performed. With how easy it is to become an organ donor, I don't see why anyone wouldn't want the opportunity to possibly improve or even save a life.